Hello. I've finally accepted the truth and the fact that my dog had to be put down this morning. The last 6 months he's deteriorated somewhat. Some people might think it was cruel to keep him going. I think my wife and I had to come in an agreement to think, well, today is the day we have to have it done. It's very sad when you've had an animal with you, part of your family, for 13.5 years. It's quite a long time. I mean, some people won't care because not everybody's into pets and things like that, which is fair enough. You know, we are individuals. You know, we don't all think the same. I know some people on here will think the same, and I've already had a few conversations about pets and animals and about, you know, especially with dogs. The love that they show us is absolute unconditional love. You know, they are part of the family. There's no question about that. And when you've grown up together and you've learned from one another, and as you can see, there's a picture of my dog up on the screen now, Benjamin. You know, he's a lab cross, of a whippet, we believe. We went to a rescue centre to look around, and he caught our eye. Very affectionate, the old, paw out of the cage. You wanted loving and care for, and I believe we've done that over the 13.5 years of his life. He's been a bit of a pain in the neck sometimes, but you've got to take the good with the bad, and more good than bad, to be honest. Went through stages of ripping up DVDs and videos at the time and stuff like that, but that's part of the game, really, isn't it? Between battle of wills, should we say? But like I said, especially dogs, unconditional love. And I always think like this. I always look at it like this. If you locked your dog and girlfriend or wife up in the car boot for a few hours, and you go back to them, which one's going to miss you most? No question who's going to miss you the most. Joking aside, but it's very shame when you come to this decision. You have to come to that decision. I had my tears last night, my wife and I, when we were holding him, and he can no longer walk. He's got a few sores on him because he's trying to get up and he can't get up, and he's obviously scratching himself as he's trying to move. But they were insignificant sores. They weren't they were infectious or anything like that, because if they were, we'd have done something a lot sooner. So his body's immune system was coping with that function of improving his skin, and his platelets were still in place to heal up any wounds. So that's pretty cool. So we can make that assessment, but we perhaps should have let go of it sooner. I think a lot of people would have let go a lot sooner. When you come to sort of hand feeding the dog, you have to be very careful, because he had a bit of dementia as well. You might take your fingers off, but obviously accidentally. So come to that decision, and it's the right thing to do. Like I said, we could have done it sooner. That's the only thing. But we're in a decision now, and there's quite a few of you will feel for me, and knowing things that you've gone through in the past with dogs, cats, and other pets, etc. But these things do happen, and it's very sad. It's part of the family, long time now. And I was just reading something on the internet just the other day about how dogs, especially, sort of mimic their owners. They copy their characteristics, etc. And that is so true. Sometimes you look at them and it's kind of frown in the same way. They kind of sit, their posture, they sit in the same way as their owners as well. And when you walk your dogs, if you're familiar with that, they walk at the same pace. They understand how you walk, and they adapt themselves to that kind of exercise, which is quite. You don't really think about it at the time until you look at some analysis and you think, that's so true. And I think it's the other way around. I mean, I can see. I mean, back at student unions, coming home in the evening with some friends of mine, they piss up trees, bus stops, doorways. Let's not forget, some people actually participate in doggy style. But I do draw a line when it comes to licking my own arse, I must admit that. But anyway, joking aside again. But anyway, love to hear your thoughts, pets that you've had, and sometimes you have to come to a decision with regards to euthanasia, which we've had to have that decision today. But there we go. As always, feel free to comment, etc. Thanks for watching. Lots.